All right. And I am live. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning to everyone. Well, I guess it's good morning to Hawaii. I guess it'd be more correct. Yes, good morning, Hawaii. Good afternoon or evening to most of you. Welcome to the number one Globebusters pre-show on Earth. That seems to be without any question. Clearly your go-to pre-show. Thank you for joining me, or us. I guess us is probably more correct. Momentarily, we should be getting a Skype call from Bob and the guys. Should be a fun show. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it so much, or like I said, joining us. This is the pre-show that you're watching for March 31st, 2019. And we have an interesting show today. It's going to be called The Earth Definitely is Flat, Debunking Professor Dave. So that should be fun, I think. Let me go over here and show you the video that we're going to be debunking. If you haven't seen it yet, it's not that great. But we'll be going into detail on it today. This is that video by Professor Dave. The Earth is definitely not flat. Okay, Professor Dave. I just think it's funny, his little details here. Says anti-science mentality is rampant in this day and age, and one of the more peculiar aspects of this trend is the current fad that is the flat earth model. There exists a group of people who believe that against everything we have come to learn throughout the scientific revolution, the world is actually flat in the center of the universe. That's not all. There's a big cover-up with NASA and all the governments. Don't know who's ever said that either. Like some real sci-fi stuff. No, real sci-fi stuff is, rovers on Mars. And the Explorer missions are out there 13 billion miles away. Explorer 1, Explorer 2. That's some sci-fi stuff. Let's go through some talking points of this model and see if we can deconstruct it, shall we? So it's a short video, 13 minutes and 6 seconds. And we will be going through that in detail. Of course, fair use. We'll be commenting on all of it. So that's the plan for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. We have John with us, the Morgile. So definitely check out his channel. Subscribe to him if you are not. We also have Mike Kavanaugh from FE Core will be joining us. Of course, Bob will be joining us. And Iru will not be joining us. No. Oh, Iru is spending some time with his lovely girlfriend. Answer this here. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How's everybody?
Blue.
Doing good. John's here.
What's up, John?
Heyo.
How are you?
Doing well. How y'all doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Was just saying
Sweet.
Iru was not going to be here today.
Iru?
No, he's spending some time with Linda.
Ah, smart man.
Can't
Very
blame
smart.
him for that.
No.
Got to keep the old ladies happy.
Got to do that.
Don't call them old ladies.
Yeah, that's step one. Step one.
I got these spicy, fajita chip things, and so if my dog starts barking, forgive me in advance, because she's not allowed to have these.
Yeah, no spice for the dog.
Yeah, no kidding. So that was an interesting video you put up last night, Jern.
Oh, mushrooms on Mars.
I can't even believe that.
Man,
that was hilarious.
Keeps coming up, man. It's just so upsetting. It's funny because I was working on that video, that I called you about and that we were talking about. And then I believe it was right when we hung up. I get these alerts in my email and I saw this alert for that. And I said, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this again. It was just an article saying that they again found mushroom. And it's that Ron Joseph guy that I've talked about before. It's not him this time, but it's the same story again, that these mushrooms are growing in photographs, and you can even see them over the course of a few days increase in size. So clearly there's either life on Mars or clearly there's life on Earth. It's one or the other.
I mean, it proves that they're freaking lying. Anybody that had any doubt about NASA's credibility, man, when they see this, I mean, how can there be any question? I mean, if it turns out like they get any sort of high-res pictures or, scientists can study these mushrooms even at the resolution they've got, mean, you know what it takes to grow mushrooms?
Right.
Like you got to have water, you got to have, you know the deal.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
That's why, I've often thought, though, I was like, man, doesn't NASA want there to be evidence of life elsewhere? But it's like, it can't be this way. So they can't jump on that because, like you said, the conditions would be anti everything that they've told us Mars is.
Yeah, that's for sure. Of course. Then what's Richard Hoagland going to say? About Sidonia and the pyramids up there and those complexes.
Or what's that guy's name? Corey Good? Is that the guy who says he's been there?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I still see him pop
Camelot.
up. Yeah, I still see him pop up on videos, and he said he went to, he got led underground and then put into a chamber that instantly moves you to Mars or something. It's like, man, I don't think I've ever seen more evidence of brain control or mind control than that.
Is he claiming that he got like abducted and taken there, or
by government though?
Right.
Yeah, right. Not by like aliens, but that they led him somewhere underground and then put him in some. Basically, it's like a, I don't know, wormhole kind of thing, and then he ended up underground. There's underground bases on Mars, is what he said.
Maybe he was abducted, and maybe he was taken to like Greenland or whatever.
Right.
Or underneath Dulce, where all the aliens are.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't think he's ever even said that he's been to the surface. I think he says the entire time he's existed underground. Like, how would you even know that it's on Mars? Just
right. And how would you know you're underground? Like, what do they have windows looking at the rock walls or something? I don't know.
Right. Oh boy. So Bob, what do you think about this this planar walk in that document? You think it's just all fake? It's just to troll flat Earth?
Well, here's what I think. It could be that. It absolutely could be. But the one thing that really gets me about that is there is no doubt that there are programs that are in place that are purposely, meant to be disinformation towards flat Earth. I think, at least me personally, what could have happened is that particular video, that particular document of the page 1 could have accidentally been left there. And then kind of as a follow-up, somebody produced that page 2 saying, ha, 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 this is all a joke. But again, that seems like a whole lot of work. And then, of course, as you know, shortly after you, made your video, that video came down and now all the videos are down. So,
right.
Yeah, it's possible. But, and then, of course, you all saw Soundly's trash can. And that seemed to me like he was specifically trying to point at that, once again, trying to, make it obvious that, oh, yeah, we did this on purpose just to kind of spoof you guys. But normally they've never done anything like that before. I doubt they would ever do it again, to be honest with you. And so I think that there is a good possibility that that was a legitimate, at least page 1 of the document, right? So That's my opinion, though.
Well, no, I did see the video, but I'm not familiar with like where was that document originally, like where did it originally surface, and are we going to talk about it in the show? Maybe we should leave it for the main show.
No, we can talk about it here.
I don't think it's a big deal to talk about because I do really think it is a troll. But yeah, because it was left up kind of supposedly inadvertently during a live stream on the Planar Walk live stream in late January, and then it was also seen in Soundly's trash can. It probably is just a troll. The problem with that is, John, is imagine if you or I faked a document like that and then used it to show, hey, look, these globe earthers are actually getting paid to make videos, but we completely faked the document. Imagine the hate we would get for that.
God.
And that's exactly what they did. Is they did the exact same thing. Why are some things okay for one side, not the other? These guys are allowed to fake evidence. So and it's signed by people like Soundly and these guys that are all involved in it, Fight the Flat Earth. So to me, it makes it very simple that I would never watch their videos again. It's just an easy way to chalk it up to, wait a second, these guys are fabricating documents and then purposely leaving them on their live streams is like breadcrumb. They got too much time on their hands and they're dirtbags.
So that document was originally posted online by what, like a flat earther, or it was
it was never
dropped in the lap of some flat earthers, and what? So they were, the whole claim was that these globe earthers are getting paid to put out anti-flat Earth videos, and then Soundly had ripped up one in his trash can that was just on the live stream for a couple seconds. Is that basically what happened?
But it was never dropped to any flat earthers. The first time somebody found it, and I'm pretty sure it's the guy, the Twitter account that I showed, 404 Globe Not Found or whatever that Twitter channel was. But he just took a screenshot of the actual live stream. And, I didn't find it till what? This is almost 2 months after the fact. But I went back and found the original live stream, and sure enough, there's a 2-minute section or so where one of the guys says, I got to go to the restroom, and he tries to put it on like an intermission screen, but that screen accidentally comes up with just page 1 showing in an email.
And let's not forget about the teeny porn page that was also up there.
Right. Yeah. Which is even more like, would somebody do that to themselves? I guess maybe if that's what you're into. Bob, did you notice too? I don't know if you can see my live stream, but did you see that he has channel memberships available?
Yeah, a lot of people do, even here in Colorado. I mean, it's just us that can't have them, obviously. And like I said, when Globebusters 2 was initially monetized, I was able to do channel memberships, and then they took that away when they demonetized the main Globebusters channel.
Very interesting. Yeah, because he's got, what, 3,000 subscribers. John, you don't have channel memberships available to you, do you?
I don't think so. What is that, where people like...
Yeah, I think that people can
pay to get your videos, or like YouTube Red sort of deal, or different, or
no, I don't know really how it works. I did see Owen Benjamin did it before they took it away from him, but basically people pay like $5 a month to get priority access to your chats. They get some little emojis. I guess the great thing about it from a subscriber standpoint would be that you can run like member only chats. So you could do a live stream where the only people that would be able to chat would be people that are members of your channel, which would make it very clean and kind of an easy way to do it. But they give the rules that are required for you to have channel memberships, and Globebusters met all those. I've met all those, and it's never been offered on my channel. I'm sure you meet how many subscribers was it, Bob? Was it 30,000, or I don't remember what the rule was.
Yes, something like that. But a lot of people have a lot less subscribers than that. In fact, when it was available for Globebusters 2, we were only at 7,000.
Oh, interesting.
So
yeah,
I mean, but they even say in their own text that it may or may not adhere to that. So
gotcha. Well, I have gone through my channel a little bit recently and tried to clean up some messes I have and some old copyright issues. So maybe it'll be offered to me. I don't know.
It's a good idea, because if we could somehow filter out or avoid all of the trolls and the really just potty mouths that they're not actually fans of the channel, they're just there to troll.
Right.
But then of course you'd get people, because we know how dedicated these trolls are, they'd pay for channel membership just so that they could get in and troll, I think.
Probably.
Yeah,
that or they'll do
would.
Charge it on their credit card and then cancel it or something. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. But yes, mushrooms on Mars yet again, and it'll just be swept away. As with everything. I mean, they're not. I mean, imagine if NASA was real. The first thing they would do is they'd drive their little rover over there. They would take samples. They would take close-up images. They would try and knock those mushrooms around, see what they are. I mean, they've got all the tools to do it, supposedly. But again, this is what tells us that they're not legit.
Right, because the Mars rover thing, one of the reasons that it cost whatever hundreds of millions of dollars, if I'm not mistaken, was because it had the ability to take samples and analyze them and all that good stuff. And so, like, they find potentially alien life on Mars, and they're just, they're not going to mess with it.
Right, drive right by
ridiculous.
it. Even though the thing goes like, I don't even know how fast it goes, but I think in the entire time it's been on Mars, it's covered like 2 miles. If that. I don't even know what the actual number is, but it's not much. It's not like it's driving around even as far as like the so-called moon rover went. I don't think it can do that kind of, because it would be way
especially
too
when
difficult.
there's a several-minute delay on the remote control to drive around, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they claim that they'll give it an order, to move forward, whatever, 2 feet. And then it takes however many minutes allegedly for that order to be transmitted. Then the order is carried out by the machine, and then confirmation of that is transmitted back to Houston, allegedly. So yeah, it'll take them, I don't even remember, but I watched that documentary when it came out, and it took them like all day long to get the thing to go 10 feet, or maybe it was a month. Yeah, so it's pretty damn slow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, imagine creating something that's supposed to last 2 years. So, I'm looking at the Wikipedia here. In December 2012, Curiosity's 2-year mission was extended indefinitely. So, so basically it had launched. It was supposed to be there for 2011, 2012. That's all it was supposed to be working for. But then they just said, oh, no, we're going to extend it indefinitely. So now at the end of every year, they just request more money, as if it would take more money. There's not anybody who can go fix it up or do anything like that. And the thing's lasting longer than, cars, basically, on this dusty planet where we see it covered in dust constantly. And then the next day it's completely cleaned. It's amazing over there what those dust storms will do.
How long has it been up there?
Since it says it was launched 2011.
Yeah, it's been up there long enough for it to build a car wash. All right. Okay, guys. It's about 2 minutes to show time, so
okay, sounds good.
I'm going to head over and start the show. So, Jaron, if you disconnect from us, then rejoin
up.
us in a minute, and we'll see you in a couple. Okay.
Talk to you shortly. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click the link in the description. You can head over and watch Globebusters. The Earth Definitely Is Flat, debunking Professor Dave. Should be a good show. Again, the link to that is the first link in the description if you scroll down. And then there's some other links if you want to subscribe to Globebusters, which we would greatly appreciate. So besides that, I appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you on the flip side. Till then, peace!